Cheers.
Cheers. Well, it's that time again. I'm Annie.
I'm Susan.
And this is
Two friends, one chat. The wrap up.
I know.
Already.
Season 2 wrap episode.
Can you stinking believe it?
No, absolutely not. Okay, you know what my favorite
What?
thing to reflect on is this. You know how I love phases. I go through phases.
What? You?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The
You
thing
do
is,
love yourself a face.
The
It's
thing
true.
about phases is I feel like we undervalue them because the truth is you never know what's going to stick, right? Like,
It's a good point.
and when we
That's a good
started
point.
this, I was like, hey, I don't even know if I'm going to enjoy it. But I know we have this in common. We've
Yeah.
always wanted a radio show.
Yes.
This is like a radio show, but like we get to make a positive influence. You know?
Yeah.
In a world where it's a struggle to feel your feelings, we can help people feel those feelings and like get that tool belt. You get that tool belt.
Yes.
But I do like reflecting on that because you're so right. I have lots of phases. And you guys, Susan has loved me through many of phases.
Many a face.
Not all constructive. Let's be
What?
honest. It's
In their
okay.
own way, maybe? No. Okay. All right. No.
I think it's okay to just say that some words.
Okay.
Okay. Call a spade a spade.
Strength base.
Strength base. But this one has stuck, and I love doing it. I look forward to these times so much.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But agree. But because phases are important, it's important to wrap up. It's important for us to take a little bit of a break.
Yes.
Because we want to keep making it good.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And, we had originally thought way back that the goal of the podcast was due to like a school year.
Yeah.
But I think the more reflecting, I think you and I really only need like a month to kind of do like a recharge. So we're going to jump back into it in September.
Yeah.
But August, we are going to take a little break. Don't stress out too hard because we're going to repost. You will have episodes. We're going to find...
Yes. We'll keep our every other Monday going. So we will pop up wherever you listen to us.
Yeah.
But there'll be some redos from season 1.
Whoa.
So don't judge too hard if you're a new listener now.
Oh, gosh.
Annie has upped our recording game significantly since season 1.
Gosh.
So,
I've pretty much turned this office into a studio.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we are, I have had a lot of fun. There's curtains everywhere. Soon, next, you will see a couple more curtains behind us.
Mm-hmm.
The next step is
if you're visually watching us right now.
Oh, yeah.
If you just listen, you're not going to see any of this.
If you're just listening, we have blue curtains.
So there you go. Just visualize it in your... Imagine. #throwback. Imagination.
Oh.
Imagine it.
That is so awesome. Yeah, it's really been a fun process. We have really grown. We are, of course, now on YouTube, which is a huge deal.
That's big.
This year, we have really grown and expanded, and it's been a year of growth for us for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you've done most of the work, pretty close to launching.
Oh, yes. Very
like
close.
Patreon and a store, and for people to
Yep.
get a little more involved in that way.
Yep.
If that calls to you.
Oh, that's right. We did launch the message board, so you can send in your messages and you'll see them post on the website. We are very close to launching the store. We have limited merchandise now, but we will have more upcoming.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have done our first bonus content episode. We will launch our Patreon when we have 5 episodes to set.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll work on more of that
Oh, yeah.
today.
Guys, do you know what I got Susan and I?
What?
Little cordless microphones that are Bluetooth. So there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
So that Susan and I can record bonus content in the pool.
Oh, okay. That will be next.
Yeah.
Unless it's too hot out there. I'll let you be the judge of that. But
That's true. It is going to be just audio, but we are going to have a blast.
Oh.
I know. Yeah.
It can't be video?
I'm not sure how it's... I guess maybe we could try. We could try video.
We'll play around with it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see. You'll find out. Stick around. You'll find out.
That being said...
It'll be a surprise.
to everybody.
Yeah. To all of us.
Bonus content is totally up and coming. And I imagine if you're watching the studio, will change and morph as we grow as well.
Well, that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
We change our space.
I know.
Yeah, you gotta move stuff around.
I'm really excited. Like, I'm really excited. It's really turned into something, and I just want to keep doing it forever.
Same.
Yeah, because skills are great.
Yeah, and I think we can always grow and expand our skills.
Yeah.
We can always revisit stuff because I think, like we say often, none of these things that we talk about, like, are one and done. You don't, do them and it's over.
Yeah, that's right.
They're skills and tools that you keep with you all the time, so there's always good reason to go back and revisit. And things change, right? So we might learn new things about stuff and have to learn and grow.
Get those tools out. Get those tools out. I love hashtag throwback to, I think, an episode 3 episodes ago. Bad Things, or 2 episodes, I can't remember. But you made a comment where you said, if you aren't in stress, learn and practice those tools now.
Yeah.
Because it'll be way easier to get them out in the moment if you do the work prior. And I think that is the most true thing you could... That is just the best advice. If you are in a calm, relaxed state in your life and existence, which I'm sure there's always... Life will throw little ruffles at you. But you're not in, direct trauma.
Yeah.
Build those tools.
Yeah, trying
those tools.
And practicing those tools on, non-high stakes situations. That's when you get to, I think, practice without pressure. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Ooh.
I mean, should that just be an episode? To practice without pressure?
I do think real world experience and high pressure situations are going to cement tools a little easier. Not easier, but they're going to cement them quicker.
Yeah.
But if you haven't even tried, you're not going to be able to pull it out and use it very effectively. So
that's right.
Yeah. Taking those down times to really dig into something maybe that you heard and didn't really dig into more. Now's the time.
I really do foresee us doing an episode in season 3 about practice and the beauty of practicing.
Yes, so
everything.
Important.
Verbally practicing boundaries, verbally practicing just expressing your needs. There's so many ways that practice can be helpful. Yeah. And certainly something pretty underestimated, especially because, as a society, I think we're on the cusp of making a switch to really prioritizing mental wellness.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and a lot of that shift has to do with we also underestimate practicing, right? We always think, you're either a natural at it or you're terrible. You know, no in between. Lots of people can get practice.
Yeah.
Okay, pop culture reference. Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
Was on The Late Show.
Love him.
And he's great. Gorgeous voice.
Love
great writer.
Him.
Just, And he was telling... I can't even remember what Late Show it was, but he's telling the host, he's like, I wasn't always good. And the host was like, I don't believe you. And Ed Sheeran's like, I brought a clip. And it's him singing, and it is objectively very bad.
No joke?
Yes. And I loved that, because he was basically just saying, you're not always good at stuff the first time around, but Ed Sheeran's great. And, so just because you aren't good at it at first doesn't mean you won't be great in the future. That's not how the forecasting works.
No.
So I just... love that. And the same is true with tools and practicing.
Yep.
But I think we should dive into that because, one, our society undervalues practice in general.
Yeah.
And we are pretty new to being mental health skills are important, so the two worlds colliding. Not a lot of crossover yet, but we'll do an episode.
We'll get there. Yeah. Look at us. We can't even wrap up season 2 without talking about season 3.
Getting excited about
That's all we want to do. That's all we want to do.
Well, that's a good point. What was your favorite episode in season 2?
Oh, man. I feel like there were so many good ones, and honestly, you guys can't see us, but I'm looking at our board that has everything listed.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Which is helping, but I always hate this because I love different episodes for different things.
Yeah.
Right. Like Hypervigilance was an intense episode for me, but it felt important. But like Dump Circles felt really it was easy, but like it's one that I'm using all the time with people, and has come up with other people that I know that listen, and like,
oh wow,
so it's one of those that like I always liked and thought was this cool thing.
Yeah.
But I think stuck a little harder after we recorded it for some reason. So that one's just makes me happy.
I love
that people know more about Dump Circles.
Dump Circles was an extremely fun episode.
Yeah.
One excellent concept and so helpful. Again, kind of like what we're talking about. If you're not in trauma, to know about the tools ahead of time.
Yes.
To have a tangible tool on how to support someone in a traumatic circumstance.
Yes.
Completely valuable, because if you've not sat with a friend in a traumatic circumstance, it is hard to know what to do.
Oh,
because
very.
All you want to do is make it better for them. You're like, I just want to make your pain go away, but that's not how life works,
No.
So I did love Dump Circles, plus a hilarious name.
I know, and I think it's technically Ring Theory, but Dump Circles makes way more sense.
It's super funny, too.
Yeah.
Hilarious, actually. It brings a little joy into a super difficult concept.
So true.
That's a front runner, for sure.
What about you? Do you have a favorite in a good or bad way?
Okay, so the hardest but goodest.
Because let's if we go back, this was like the season of Annie.
The first part for
whoa.
Sure.
Yeah.
I made some big therapy breakthroughs.
Yeah, you did.
I think having to work on constructing a core wounds episode and being able to build that narrative was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Probably one of the most valuable.
Wow.
So I think being able to articulate in a way that is not shaming and blaming characters in my existent bubble, and helping me, because I think of the therapeutic breakthroughs I really made at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And I can see how my artistic self has really just been able to come through in a lot of different other avenues.
Yes.
And I can, do you know what I mean? It's almost like once you start, for the first time, you know how you can say you understand something, so I'm pointing to my head, so you understand it. Yeah. But then there's the understanding where it's in your heart, right?
Yeah.
Which is of course not actually how science works. It's really all up in the brain.
Everything's up here. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, but you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's more of a cultural reference. So I understood parenting in my reparenting in my mind. So
sure.
Understood
the concept of reparenting.
Mm-hmm. Had practiced with therapists, going back to this young person, telling them to not be afraid, that actually life was going to get super great for them when they became an adult. But it wasn't until maybe even 3 or 4 months ago, we didn't do an episode on it, but it was my heart fully understood. Yes. That I had changed that little girl, and that had changed who I was.
You're healing those core wounds.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And the byproduct was insane.
Yes. And it's we do love, we do love ourselves wounds, right? So you can understand how to care for a wound.
Yeah.
But until you do it, that doesn't do much, right?
Yeah.
So you actually did that work.
Yeah.
Clean that out so it could start healing.
It's really awesome.
It's huge.
And now I'm creating, and the voice in my head when I'm creating that used to say things this isn't good enough, why even try, is almost non-existent.
It's your heart and your mind have, now that is kind of a cleaned up, I don't want to say it's a closed book, right? But you've kind of wrapped it up a little bit. It's your heart and your mind have space again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
And positive space.
So
less judgment from those core wounds. Yeah.
Yes, so much space.
Wow.
It is.
Yeah, I don't think you realize how much space.
Ding, ding, ding.
Those take up and how they they truly affect you.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, you're like, well, I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
Like, but, oh, man. Till you really do that work, you don't know how much space they're taking up in your heart and your mind.
I would encourage listeners, because that would, that Core Wounds episode was not something I just sat down and recorded.
No.
It had years of pre-work.
Yeah.
And that pre-work started with getting a therapist.
Yeah.
And not just getting a therapist because I was in an emergent needed situation.
Right.
It was getting a therapist because I realized I had this productive life. I was really grateful for it. But I also had not treated and cared for really big things that happened. And so, get a therapist if you're in a hard situation. That's
that
great.
Too.
That's great. Yeah. I'm not saying don't do that. But I am saying if you are not, and you struggle with maybe childhood trauma or pieces like that, this is the time to start making that plan and it's almost being proactive instead of reactive to treating your mental wellness.
Yeah.
Dude, it was great.
Which I think is why therapy really kind of ongoing is so important because yes, therapists are very beneficial in those emergent need situations, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
But it's when you have that trusted relationship with them that you can get some of this real work going.
I would even
really digging in.
I would even say and I love my therapist, and it did start with my therapist, but it was really you pushing me. To do, because remember when you first brought up core wounds, and in my mind I was like, well, I don't love the idea because we all should have core heals,
I think you did say that originally.
Yeah, for sure.
That's right.
Which I really appreciate this podcast because there's a lot of space and truth, because in that moment that was my truth. I needed to believe that everything was super strength based because opening that up no thanks.
Yeah.
And you know what? I would have technically been okay.
Yeah.
But I just think of how I feel now, and I'm like, I want the people that subscribe when are seeking. I want actually everyone, not just
not just our listeners,
sure
everybody.
Listening. Yeah. So, but I want them to feel that feeling of emotional space freedom.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a long answer, but that was by far. So it wasn't just a therapist. It was definitely a therapist plus you being like, hey, girl, you should try this. Yeah. I'm like, fine, whatever. And then I waited another season.
A whole nother season. Well, and my Core Wounds episode from season 1, I truly did sit down and record it, but I had done Core Wound work for probably a decade.
Yes. Yes, you had done the work.
I had done the work already. That's why I could just sit down and record it.
Yeah.
So.
I will say, I immensely see the value in understanding and treating a wound.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. And to say that, those that have wounded you weren't always ill-intended.
No!
That this isn't okay, sometimes they are.
Sure.
If you have been a victim of a predator as a child, that's a completely different story.
Yes.
But I'm talking about people who try to love you in the best way possible, and they really mess it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I want to be clear about boundaries in that, predatory nature is not what we're talking about here.
Totally different. Totally different
ball game.
So
that was...
So Core Wounds, huh? One of your favorites?
Boy, howdy. If you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it. Okay. We talked about our favorite episodes. Did you have any, episodes that you were like, oh, man, I didn't love that?
Oh, I think there's always episodes that I don't know that I've had one that I thought, I didn't like it. There's been some I thought, I hope that hits right. Or I hope people get that.
Yeah, get what we're trying to do. Yeah, that's a good point.
But not one that was ooh, that felt gross or that didn't go well.
Yeah.
I think, for me, the one I was just the most I hope people get this is the TBRI one.
Oh, yeah.
Just because it's good stuff.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm because my mom listens, and I'm going to be well, my mom get that? I don't know.
Good
you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's interesting because we've actually got a comment on that.
Exactly.
That's so exciting.
Exactly. And that's why it's like, well, obviously I don't need to worry.
Yeah.
But, there's episodes that I think just hit differently. But I think that's the beauty of mental health and podcasts in general, is some of these are going to hit hard for people. Yeah. And that's awesome. And some are going to be like, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe another day that will matter more to me, right?
Good point.
I don't think every episode's going to hit everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
It shouldn't. That'd be weird.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So, it's finding the ones that, like, that are like, ooh, that make you, like, stop. And, like, okay, that's where your mental health journey is headed next. Then, like, follow that.
I think that's sort of the beauty of tools, too, right? Some of them are a tool that works for you, for in your position, for what you're doing.
Exactly.
And other ones you're like, like you're not going to use the crispy tape measures, for like tailoring a suit. You're going to use the flimsy one.
Exactly.
So it's really just like finding, my goal, and our goal has always been this, and it is so true today, to build a platform where people can try on tools.
Yes.
Like, maybe it fits, maybe it doesn't, maybe it kind of half fits, and so you've got some stuff there you might need to, like, check into.
Might need to alter that.
Yeah.
Or, like, that'll be perfect for this other occasion that's coming up later.
I love that.
I mean, if you've ever had to try on, like, clothes, you get it. You got to bring.
Yes.
You got to bring at least 20 things in. 10 of them might fit to find one that is, like, a keeper, right?
I now refuse. I refuse. I get things, I will try them on in my home.
Okay.
I can't do it. I can't do the dressing rooms anymore.
They're not fun.
Yeah, I just feel like I look at it and I'm like, pretty good chance this is going to work.
So you just bring it home?
Bring it home.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I just can't do it.
Yeah.
No thanks. I'm out.
Just no.
Yeah.
Just a no and a thank you.
That's a
Next
hard
time.
no for me.
That's a hard no.
Hard no.
Well, I do think, we're getting better at being able to do that, right? There's
like
lots of ways to, like, you
Amazon,
order stuff and then you just return it.
Amazon Try Before You Buy.
I don't have that. Okay.
Oh, it should be. I think it's, if you're on a Prime member, it's just Prime. And you can just go through and you pick like 7 things. They don't charge you for them. You try them on. You have like a 7-day window to decide what you're going to buy.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. It's like,
okay.
It costs
here
nothing
we go.
to just try them on.
Learning new things.
Yeah, that's how I do it now. And there's a couple other stores that have like tall sizes because I need them.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know what size, Old Navy. Yeah.
It's true. There's just those brands where it's like, yep, I already know. Yes, no, yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
I'll take all these running things. Because Old Navy has like the most affordable activewear.
They do. I agreed.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
No question, yeah.
I'm pretty sure these are Old Navy.
Heck yeah.
No.
These are Old
They're
Navy.
not. I lied. They're Target.
Target.
They're Target.
I cannot. I am too tall for Target clothes. They always are just too...
I'm short, so that works well for me.
You can have all of Target.
Okay. I will.
All of Target.
I don't want all of it, but...
That's a good point.
Okay.
That would be a bit much. Oh, well, I am full of so much joy and gratefulness that, like, we get to do this, first of all.
Yeah. And that you guys keep coming on this journey with us.
Huge.
It still, like, blows my mind.
It really does.
When we see the amount of listens and views and when people, like, are commenting, it's like, what? It gives, we both freak out.
Like, legit.
We really do.
Our text message string is just us exchanging things that have happened on the podcast. It's like of a lot of excitement. And you got promoted. #celebrate.
Yes.
It's a huge deal.
It's still very new. I think I'm still processing all of it, but yeah.
Can I tell them your title?
Sure.
She's a director.
I'm a director now, so...
Wouldn't even worry about
Whatever.
it. It's no big deal. I'm just like directing.
It's MBD. I literally got offered the position yesterday, so it's all still very, very new. So, season 3, I'll have more to share, I'm sure.
Which is going to be huge. Like, this is a really big deal, and that'll be other things I think that'll be really fun to share. I have a group of friends, and this is more just teasers of what's probably coming up in season 3. And I have a couple of friends that are female bosses, and they've talked about how to pursue mental health skills and how to like work with people that are where you need to manage them, but they're also kind of needing support. How you navigate for real, yeah.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, so I think we can explore that too, and maybe provide
please.
some good professional resources for people. And
not even in management, but I think that's a great idea to talk about, like professionalism and mental health, and how do we do that? Yeah, I love that. I love that.
We'll do like a professional. We'll do one about practice. A lot of P's today. A lot of practice, some stuff. Talk about
season 3, the season of P.
Oh boy. Yeah.
All that to be said, stick around.
Hashtag stick around.
We will, like Annie said, we will repost some episodes through kind of August, early September, so that we're staying in your feed. We don't want you to lose us. We want to stay present with you.
Yeah.
And then back with new stuff in September.
Oh, I'm excited. Can you believe season 3?
No, honestly, like, I'm still in a little bit of shock. It's crazy.
I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I'm pumped. So the studio will only improve. If we do, this is the promise I will make, because we do work full-time jobs outside of this. Yeah. So, this is done outside of that.
Yeah.
If I am able to officially start our Patreon, or if we are able to get the store running, we will drop an episode with you'll see
do like a little break in. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that just as a promise, so you'll see it. Yeah, you don't have to like keep checking the website or anything like that. But
we will tell you. We will tell you
because we'll be very
so excited.
Yeah, it'll be maybe too much.
No, never. Us too much?
What?
Never.
No. No one has ever.
No one has ever said that about us.
Of that. Wait, here we go. I can't even really wink. I'm winking at Susan right now, but I'm not good at it. It's really funny because Aaron actually has to do that.
Cover his eye?
Yeah, he can't.
Or like work real hard at it?
He like legit can't. It's really funny.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Oh.
Well, you know what? I will cheers to season
2. Cheers.
I'm super excited for season 3.
Me too.
Oh.
Yay.
Listeners, we value you. Thank you.
Oh, we love you.
If you have any questions, email us.
We're still here. We're still checking email, social media, however you want to get a hold of us. Message board on the website.
Yep. Reach out and have just...
we're taking a recording break, but we're not like taking a break from...
That's right. In fact... Hopefully,
doing what we're doing.
That time will give us a little bit to figure out to get those Patreon things in.
Agreed.
So,
agreed.
Have a wonderful rest of your whatever time you're listening.
Yeah.
And
if you're falling asleep, good night, sweet dreams. If you're in the car on your way to work, you got this. You're gonna crush it today.
Crush it.
Don't bring fish to the office, though. Okay.
Don't bring fish.
Don't warm fish up in the microwave.
If that was your plan today, don't do that.
And also clean up after yourself in the kitchen.
Oh no, I feel like there's some personal
stuff.
There's
some stuff going on. Okay. No, but truly, whatever you're doing right now, do try and have a great rest of your day or night or afternoon.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if no one has told you today, you are wonderful and awesome.
And worth it.
Hashtag worth it.
Okay. Worth all of it.
Well, we'll see you.
Yeah. See you, hear you. Talk to you soon.
Yes. In season 3.
Season 3.
Well, you'll have some fun bonus stuff first.
Season of P. Maybe. We'll see. We'll play around with that. Okay. Bye.
We're not sure if that one's going to stick. Bye.